Good morning, world. Good morning to you all. Happy Saturday. Happy Saturday prior to Resurrection Sunday. We hope you all had a great week, a nice day yesterday for Good Friday. And so, welcome back to yet another fun-filled episode here with us on the Early Morning Sports Talk podcast. As we embark upon what will be another great episode this morning. So, yes, world, we thank you all for chopping it up with us, and we thank you in advance for the time that will be had. And so we are back like a shark attack, back like we left something, back like we ain't got no clothes on our back. And for the world is a better place in the moment when the Early Morning Sports Talk podcast is taking place. And so thank you for tuning in with us this morning as we converse about the latest sports topics that have taken place in this past week and will be upcoming this week. It is always a blast to have you all tune in and participate with us every weekend. As a reminder that every week we always like to begin our podcast by reminding our audience that the Early Morning Sports Talk podcast can be found on Facebook via our two Facebook pages, the Early Morning Sports Talk podcast community page, as well as additionally on our Early Morning Sports Talk podcast Facebook page. You can find us on Instagram at EMSTP underscore, again on IG at EMSTP underscore. YouTube, Apple Podcasts, and Spotify is the Early Morning Sports Talk podcast, as well as our own Facebook pages via Brandon Price, Jamar Goodman, and Jones, as well as our guests for that weekend. Additionally, today is April 4th, 2026. We have seen yet again another fascinating week in the sports world. But this past week, we saw the Sweet 16 and Elite 8 action on the men's side, in which now we have the Final Four. And yes, we have two Big Ten teams that have made it, including the University of Illinois, their first Final Four since 2005 with Dan Williams and Dee Brown in that bunch. Additionally, we have UConn. Yeah, we'll talk about UConn on the women's side, but additionally, we have no choice but to talk about UConn on the men's side. But we're definitely going to talk about UConn on the women's side. And additionally, we have the final, the national championship now that has been set as well on the women's side with UConn and UCLA. Most of everybody's brackets is right. But then once we got to the Final Four, Jamar, folks kind of had UCLA, some had South Carolina, some had UConn, et cetera. So on the women's side, most of it was predictable. Additionally, we would see Luka Doncic and the Lakers. In the words of President Trump, again, we would additionally see Luka Doncic and the Lakers. In the words of President Donald Trump, get obliterated against the Oklahoma City Thunder. And as I am watching live to see this game, I see Luka Doncic turn his ankle, but it was just due to the great defense of the Oklahoma City Thunder. And it just showed that there are levels to this game, Jamar, serious levels. And Oklahoma is on that level. And I don't know if anybody's touching them other than maybe Victor Wembanyama and the Spurs. And probably the Boston Celtics. But other than that, they put B2A really, really bad against the Lakers. We're also seeing things get heated in the NBA playoff race where right now in the Eastern Conference, things are being decided really 2 through 10. And on the Western Conference side now, the Lakers are at the 3, but with Luka Doncic out now, until likely the start of the playoffs, they're looking like now they could very well end up dropping in their seeding as well. But on the other hand, SGA and the Thunder, Victor Wembanyama and the Spurs, their teams are battling for 1 and 2. And additionally, they're now, Jamar, battling for the MVP race. Cade Cunningham, scratch. Luka Doncic, scratch. It's now between SGA and Victor Wembanyama. And making me wonder, bro, could the unthinkable happen and we end up with the first co-MVPs ever in NBA history? And so, with that being said, introducing our brother from another mother, my partner here on the Early Morning Sports Talk podcast, Mr. Jamar Goodman. Mr. Jamar Goodman, good morning, sir. How are you?
Man, I was I was chilling until, I woke up this morning and saw what happened last night between, two Hall of Fame coaches. And yeah, I'm ready. Let's go. Let's go.
Let's go. Yeah, man. Seeing that happen was very, very interesting. And so let's talk about that. Let's talk about that. And so you can choose, Jamar, which side you want to talk about, the men or the women's.
You know what? Let's go with the women's first. Ladies first.
All right. Wow, ladies first. This often doesn't happen, but let's talk about it because it needs to be talked about. And so, South Carolina, how about the Lady Gamecocks? A lot of people didn't have them beating UConn, Jamar. UConn on paper got an all-star team. UConn on paper got all damn near five-star recruits. I mean, South Carolina got a lot of them too, but they ain't in comparison to UConn. You get my point. UConn is deep, deep.
Mm-hmm.
First round picks everywhere. Sarah Strong, Ozzy. I mean, I can go down the line. But Raven Johnson put the clamps on Ozzy Fudd. Put the clamps on that girl, and even at times played great defense against Sarah Strong. Raven Johnson gonna have a hell of a WNBA career, bro. Like she finna be that female. And it was on display, full display against the best team in the country. At least on paper, right? Until they ran up against South Carolina. But what happened post game, and even during the game, Jamar, what do you think about, man, like just the game and then this interaction between Gino Ariyama, and his hostile reaction to Don Staley? What do you think about that? And good morning, and we'll get to you as well, bro.
Good morning.
Man, so like I mentioned to you before we got on here, like I didn't really get a chance to visually watch the game, but I was definitely following along on the game cast or whatnot of seeing at least, the play-by-play of what's happening or whatnot. But nevertheless, it felt like UConn definitely came out early and applied the pressure. Don Staley, as great a coach he is, makes adjustments. At halftime, it's only a 2-point game. Considering, I think at the time, Raven Johnson only had 2 points for the whole game, just offensively. Mm-hmm. But like you was mentioning, just pretty much her assignment was, put the clamps, on UConn star players. So pretty much in the second half, the halftime adjustments was made. South Carolina came out, pretty much blitzed them, and the whole momentum shifted. The tone of the game changed. It was South Carolina that was being aggressive and physical and getting in the heads of UConn players. And, for whatever reason, like they just couldn't, hit shots. And at one point, UConn did go on a 9-0 run to put the game back close. And then fourth quarter happened and South Carolina said, nah, like we got this. And it's funny because it's like UConn's been this dominant team and undefeated. You're undefeated until you're not, undefeated no more. And, it's like I can't blame the ones that, picked UConn to win it all based on how they performed this whole year.
Right.
But in the same breath, it's like we should never underestimate Dawn Staley and her teams and how much she gets out of her players and her players ready to run through a brick wall for her and things of that nature. And it's like, I'm sorry, Don. I did pick UConn to win it all. I'll never do it again. I'm sorry. My apologies. But she wasn't mad at me. She was mad at Gino. And apparently, that whole fiasco, that is like in sports. Aren't we taught at a young age, sportsmanship? Isn't that like a thing that you're supposed to learn when you're a kid getting into sports? Like win or lose, you're supposed to, you be able to shake hands and congratulate one another and hold your head up high if you lose and don't be a sore loser and don't be a sore whatever the case may be. But for what happened last night, because I woke up this morning and saw it all on social media between Facebook and Twitter. I saw it everywhere. Gino post game, saying I waited pregame for like 3 minutes at half court to shake hands, and she didn't shake my hand. But apparently, pictures everywhere, everybody acknowledging
The
Don
lies.
Staley shaked his hand and everybody on his staff, and
Right.
and then that the interview in between the quarters, him blaming the refs and saying like if you look on the other end and the way that she's talking to the refs, like that shouldn't be happening, and my
So
player's
he had
jersey
a
got
hostile because honestly, Jamar, I didn't catch the game either, bro. Me and Jamar both talked about this pregame. You saying during the game, and me and Jamar talked about this pre-EMSTP. Sorry, everybody, pre-show. You're saying during the game he had a hostile interview talking about the referees and Don Staley during the game.
yeah, between the interview between the third and fourth quarter, they interview the coaches, and he was talking about the refs and how she was talking to the refs, and her one of her players' jerseys got ripped, but and thinking that it was one of South Carolina players, when it turned to find out it was his own player ripped her own jersey, and it's just, and then what happened at the end, in the line, and Gino, barking up the wrong tree against Don, and Don wasn't having any of it. The Philly in her came out, and she was ready to put B2A on her, and she literally said, "I'm gonna beat Gino's ass." And it's like,
Right.
it's just so. Yeah. I would say for Gino, that's about as embarrassing, and
That's embarrassing, man. That's
uh,
embarrassing. Like
that
what
that
like
is.
Jamar, fellas, whatever happened to man laws? Like, you know, if a woman hits you, you ain't supposed to, like whatever happened to that? Like and on national TV, like I mean, like you supposed to be a coach, a man and you literally go screaming at a woman on national, like whatever just happened to that basic law, a man law, like it makes him look extremely privileged, extremely bad. He's been so privileged so long at UConn. And now, he, like people saying for years, he's been the one complaining for years with the Nick Sabans and all the privileged coaches that's been used to getting all the top recruits for many, many years. And now the tides have changed, and you hear voices like him complaining with the Nick Sabans and all the other coaches that's been used to having all the success. Now it seems like he can't handle it all of a sudden. Very, very interesting. Ian, bro, what's your thoughts, man?
Uh, Don and the South Carolina girls tapped that ass, and he didn't like it.
Mhm.
I mean, it's just that plain that simple. Their defense was impeccable yesterday, and I mean, so here's the thing with Gino. I can understand, him being frustrated. He want to complain about the refs. I can understand that. He want to be mad at the other coach, even though he lied, but he want to be mad for whatever reason. Yeah, that's cool. I mean, we as men, we have emotions too. But like you guys just stated, you got to be a good sport, bro. You're 38 and 0. It was all good when you won all them other 38 games. I'm pretty sure those other coaches felt the same way when y'all was beating the shit out of them,
Mm-hmm.
and they felt like y'all was
Did,
getting
did, did
calls.
we did we not remember that UConn beat the crap out of UConn earlier in the year?
hmm So I
UConn beat the
mean,
crap out of South Carolina. They beat the
yeah.
crap out of them.
So I'm pretty sure, those teams and those coaches felt the same way, but they came and shook your hand whether it was a man or a woman. So, that's my thing. Just take your L like a man and just move on, bro. I mean, it ain't like y'all ain't been winning. I just looked at the stat the other day. They had all the Final Fours that the UConn men and girls had won and had like green checks. Like
Yeah.
for the
Hmm.
last, I think about 25 years. UConn has been in the Final Four, the girls, damn it, every year except it was maybe like only like 3 years checked off, bro. I said that's insane, bro. And so for me to just see that, and then for him to act the damn fool last night on national TV was crazy. So I'm like, man, bro.
Mhm.
I mean, I get you're a competitor, you
Privilege.
want to win. I understand all of that. I know nobody hates to. I mean, nobody likes to win. I mean, nobody likes to lose. I get that. And you know what? I don't even have a problem with somebody being a sore loser because that means you care that much about winning. But at the same time, you got to have sportsmanship. At the same time, you got to have sportsmanship. You got to be like, you know what? Even if I felt like y'all got me today, I'll shake your hand. Y'all got the W today. You know, even if I felt like the refs didn't help us out or we got bullshit out of calls, whatever the case may be, I shake your hand. Y'all got the W today. We'll be back for y'all ass. That's how you gotta look at it. That's it. That's
I mean,
all,
that's
bro.
what Don Staley did last year, Ian, right?
Yeah, yeah. I mean, that's just simply how I go, man. But you know, like you say, privileged and used to winning, used to getting calls, and a whole bunch of other stuff going to that too that I'm not gonna get into. But yeah, man, it was. I wouldn't say I was shocked to see him act like that, but I was like, no, Gino, you're not gonna do that, really, bro.
Bruh, made him look so weak. Like,
Mm.
Just shake a hand, bro. Keep it moving, bro. I know
dude,
you pissed. Just keep it
He
moving.
could have at least, just after the game, you know what I'm saying? Like, just talk to
Yeah,
the hallway because I'm sure they run into each other in the hallways and stuff. You know what I'm saying? Like, got to
he was
pass each
hot.
other in the hallway.
He
You
was
know,
hot. He didn't even
like,
want to say nothing in the press conference. That's how you know he was hot.
yeah, dude. Last
mm-mm.
year, yeah, last year when UConn beat the brakes off of South Carolina in the Final Four, he over here waiting for a hug and just how happy and stuff. And Don went ahead and hugged him real quick and left. This year, he just want to act the fool. Um, it really put a stain. For me, it put like a stain on his legacy. Like, yeah, growing up, like all I seen from women's side, UConn this, UConn that. UConn is the most dominant program ever. Like, rightfully so. He earned that, but man, you don't know how to take a loss well. Like, it goes back to the sportsmanship part. Like, this just makes him look weak across the board. It does, and then
Mm-hmm.
the outrage, everybody across, journalists and um, media personalities and analysts, like they all calling this man out. Like it looks weak. Former players, like it's a whole outrage. There's nobody that's
Mm-hmm.
Team Geno today at all.
Mm, 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 mm. Yeah, you don't do that against a woman, man. And scream at her and no, man, you don't. It just looks really bad. And so, congrats to South Carolina on the other hand. But guess what, fellas? They ain't won the national championship yet. They still got a very good UCLA team that they got to play, and we're gonna see who win that. But based off of what you guys seen, um, as a matter of fact, we're gonna make our picks a little bit and give you guys a little time to dissect, with your picks. And so we'll get into that as we get into the men's side as well. But thanks, Shamar. And so let's talk about the men's side. Um, U of I, fellas. They made the Final Four, man. First time since 2005. It's a great day for Illinois sports. And so big day for Illinois sports as well. They got the UConn men's basketball program. And so I know I picked UConn as my national champion in one of my brackets. Um, we'll talk about that shortly. But based off of what you guys seen, um, man, how does it feel to see Illinois in the Final Four, Gamar? And how does it feel, fellas?
Man, that is so refreshing, nostalgic. Because, like you mentioned, the last time they were at this point, the Illinois team, '05.
Right.
And that, growing up, seeing that team with, D Brown, Darren Williams, Luther Head, a backcourt that I think at the time we never really seen before. That was just, so high, high octane, and offensively they were just it was a hard team to guard. It really was. Um, and for this version of Illinois to get there, which I will pat myself on the back because in all my brackets I have Illinois this far, and I actually have Illinois going to the championship game. But nevertheless, and the reason why I even picked them because they've been dangerous. They've been a sleeping giant and a dangerous team all year offensively. They have, and we
Best
kind of
offense
are,
in the country, Jamar.
and it
Overall
shows.
efficiency wise, best offense in the country.
I mean, when you have uh, crap, the kid's name,
Wagler, Merkovich,
yeah,
Stojakovic.
Wagler, Nagler, whatever.
Okay. Mhm.
Like when you have
Superstar
him,
freshman.
yes, and he's a lottery pick. Um, when you have him just doing everything that offensively and just being the engine to the team and everybody else being able to also create, off of him and just be able to create for themselves and the way the ball moves, the tenacity they play, like the Sweet 16 and Elite 8 for Illinois pretty much told me that this team can get things done when things doesn't go completely in the style that they wanted to play. The Houston game, we talked about this. The Houston game, when them being in Houston and how gritty of a game that was, and they was able to come out on top and win. That showed a lot. And the fact that they ended up playing Iowa, a team that they, familiar with, and Iowa was not going away. They were not.
No,
But
no, they ain't got nothing to lose, so they weren't gonna go nowhere. They ain't had nothing. Ain't nobody
right.
expect them there.
And it took until the last 3 minutes of the game where Illinois finally got to the point to where we got this game. It's
But
over with.
thankfully for Wagler, Jamar. I mean, fellas, Wagler
Dude,
took that game over, man.
he
That was
did
Wagler,
it,
dog.
dude. And that one crossover that kind of gave me remnants of Penny Hardaway's signature move, and he just left Buddy all the way in the paint, and he just hit the three, and like this version of Illinois, um, they are good enough to win it all. Make no mistake about it. They are. Not saying they will, but they are good enough when they playing at their peak. Because I know the other two teams on the other side, Michigan and Arizona, they are a class of their own. However, Illinois is good enough to win if they are playing on all cylinders. And the last thing I'll say, Illinois owes UConn from a couple years ago. They owe them. So
Yeah, we remember that run. Yeah, watching the game, it was competitive. Looked up, it was a blowout.
yeah, it was one of those to where that meme. It was like in the first half, they had us in the first half. I ain't gonna lie, that's how UConn felt. And then all of a sudden, UConn just 27-0 run, and then all of a sudden, me and you, Brandon, we knew at that point nobody was beating UConn that year. But
Yeah.
But yeah, needless to say, Illinois, even though they're here, they have a really good. I do like them favored against UConn today. So
Right, and really quickly, bro. Your national title game, was it Illinois versus Purdue? Illinois versus Michigan?
Illinois versus Michigan.
Okay, man, this boy Jamar sitting good, ain't he? He's sitting
Yeah.
good. That's beautiful. that'll be awesome, bro. Because a lot of people don't pick the national championship game. So it shows y'all, Jamar, he definitely was the valedictorian of his class. And so, I mean, I got to give it to you, dog. That's amazing. A lot of people don't pick the national championship game. So if that happens, that'd be incredible. And bro, anything from Illinois? I mean, Dan, fellas, we got to talk that UConn miracle, man. That was that was
Yeah.
crazy. Because I know Duke's still sad. I mean, man.
Yeah, man, it's great to see great to see our boys back in the Final Four, man. Like Jamar said, last time was 2005 with D Brown, Luther Head, Roger Powell, James Augustine, Darren Williams. Man, bro, that was a magical run it was on. That we remember that team like they won the Natty, and they didn't even win the Natty. That's
Man,
I'm
crazy.
telling
I
you,
mean,
right?
they got there. They got there. But
They were supposed to win, in my opinion, man. That game still hurt me. I remember them being
It
down in the.
does.
Oh, they
It
supposed
was,
to
take
win that game.
take Sean May out the game, they win.
yeah,
You're right,
pretty
because they
much.
couldn't stop him. That was the
Yeah, he
deciding factor. They could
dominated.
not
Yeah,
stop
he
him. He
dominated.
dominated.
And it pisses me off because of how his NBA career went. I'm like, y'all lost to this man.
Right.
Right. He didn't even.
The one that had the best career was definitely on Illinois, Darren Williams.
Oh,
Like he
Yeah,
had clearly
out of
the
all
best
of them.
career.
oh, he was him.
Yeah, out of all of them.
Yeah, man.
But yeah, man, it's good to see them boys back in. Like you said, they've been a sleeping giant all year. Um, I'm excited to see how they play today. Honestly, I am. I'm excited to see how they play today. Not an easy game. They're going against a good team. Also a good coach, fiery coach. So I think it's gonna. I don't expect a blowout. I don't expect nobody to win by 10 or nothing like that. I expect a good game today out of that game. To be honest, I expect a good one.
Yeah, Vegas does too. I think the spread is -1.5 for Illinois. So that's how close they think this game is going to be.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah, that sounded about right. And so, but Illinois, I think everybody in this case know Illinois could very much beat UConn, and they could very well end up in a national championship game. And Illinois making a national championship game was not a popular pick. Let's be honest. Duke was definitely a popular pick, but there were some folks that had UConn too because they knew about Dan Hurley and the program he got to. They knew about that, and so. Speaking of UConn, man, Duke, how about it? Duke blew it. They blew it. And I guess sometimes, fellas, that's the difference between having those guys that hang around for a couple years and then having a lot of one and dones.
Man, look, I was outside doing some yard work and had the phone, pressed up against the wall. I was pretty much watching as I was, doing what I was doing. And Duke up 15 at halftime or something like that. And watching the second half, slowly but surely, UConn starting to, gain some momentum. Like I'm sitting here like, I don't know. I think Duke still feels like they got this. And then all of a sudden we down to 5-4 minutes in the game, and then it's like, when you're 18, 19 and you haven't really been in these situations, sweaty palms start to happen and you start overthinking scenarios, and all of a sudden, dribbling the ball, lose control, UConn goes down getting and ones, and of course, the final possession, the one that, the shot that is pretty much going to be crystallized in immortality for years to come. I know if Lil Boozer, was it?
Yeah,
Caden?
you're talking about Caden or
Yeah,
Cameron?
Caden, when he had the ball. And all that, everybody agrees. Like, all he had to do was hold on to the ball, get fouled, and hit the free throws, and game over.
He got scared, sweaty palms.
But also signaling for him to pass the ball up one more time, because it's one of those to where had that scenario never happened and the ball went up ahead, game over, we wouldn't even be talking about this. But the fact that Buddy from UConn got the tip on the ball. Mullins grabbed the ball, passed it up to Caravan, who haven't really hit much of anything that game either. He was in a weird position. He gave it back to Mullins. Mullins ain't really hit jack either the whole game, but then switched that one like it was shooting into a
like I'm talking about like he was ready, wasn't he? He stayed ready. He shot that like he was ready, and like he practiced it a billion times. He shot that like he practiced it a billion times, yo.
And just
he did that so smooth. I'm like, damn,
dude, and
the
crowd erupted.
Had my mouth wide open, bro.
I yelled. I'm like, oh my god, dude. People in my house was looking like, what happened? But yeah, that shot there, that is an immortality. That's gonna be on all the reels. Like when you look at all the shots in history, like the Christian Laettner shot.
Oh yeah,
or the
Definitely one of
Bryce Drew
those.
shot from
The guy
Valpo and
from
all the buzzers.
or the guy from Villanova that won a
Chris
national
Jenkins,
championship.
that one,
That shot.
like that. This shot is right
Yeah,
there. This shot is right there. Like
yeah,
no BS. So
yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, man. Wow, just insane. That's March Madness at its best. Still praying for Victor Young, by the way. And so yeah, still praying for Victor Young, by the way. And so Ian, bro. Yeah, man, where were you when you found out? Or did you see it live, or where were you, man, when you saw that crazy shot from UConn?
Actually, I was driving, but I didn't see it live. So when I stopped driving, I got to the restaurant with my family, and I looked. My cousin actually texted me about it, and so then I looked, went on Twitter, infamous Twitter. If I can't find it, Twitter has it
always.
right after. Don't matter.
Yep.
So I go.
Mhm.
So I'm watching it as it unfolded, and I'm like, damn. So I'm like, wait. They got the ball. I'm like, what are they doing? Then I see him throw the lazy
Mhm.
pass, and then I'm waiting for the shot, and then he just standing right there, and he shoots. I said, no, he didn't hit that. My mouth was wide open. I was like,
Dude. From the logo.
from the logo, bro. I was like, get the fuck out of here, bro. I said they did not just lose like that. Then I'm looking at the time that's left. I'm like, bro, game is over.
Game over. They can't shoot. It's
Looking at,
.3 left on the clock.
I'm looking at the dude. I'm looking at Josh Shire. They reaction and
Oh man.
everything. I'm like,
Dude.
bro, what are y'all
Dude.
doing?
Yeah, man. His reaction as a head coach, you could tell he was just like, "What?"
Yeah, he was
Like,
done. Bro, I think what
man,
makes it worse, the fact that it was all net, it didn't like rim around or hit glass and go
it
in.
was
It
it was
He
was
cashed
it was
out.
beautiful. It was
dude.
beautiful. I mean, it was like a beautiful shot. It was like, damn,
Oh, my
he
bad,
been
Vic.
practicing that one, man. Like he
Hey
been
man,
practicing that one, bro.
shout
Like,
shout out to Off Beat Studios, bro. They got the perfect reaction to the
Oh,
whole.
bruh.
They got the
oh,
perfect
bro, I
reaction to the
saw
whole
it. I
thing,
saw
bro.
it. I saw it, man.
I was like, bro, what is going? I'm like, how did y'all just lose like this, bro? Like, what is going on? But that comes from I was talking to Terrence about this the other day. That comes from, all these freshmen, that's going one and done. And sometimes you have these teams that play together that has that experience in the tourney,
Mhm.
and little plays like that can determine a game because it's different from when you just playing with a team from just this one year, rather than you playing with a team you've probably been there like a year, 2 years or 3 years, and y'all probably been in situations like this before. This Duke team probably haven't been in a situation like this all year, and they're young.
Exactly.
And so that happens in the tournament, man. That's one thing that happens in the tournament, man. Uh,
Mhm.
it's unfortunate for Duke. I would have liked to see them go to the before, bro. But the way that they lost, man, that was crazy. I was like, you got to be kidding me, bro. And I said, they're gonna hit that deep three, bro. What you, Steph Curry?
Right.
I'm gonna Steph hit against OKC, bro. That Sunday night, bro. Like,
Oh, bruh.
Oh
and he
yeah, I
started
remember that one,
shimmying,
man.
bro. That's how deep the three
Dude,
was.
Yeah.
all we missing was
Yeah.
a Mike Breen bang.
Right, that's
Bang.
all we
Ian, I gotta
missing. That's all
correct you,
we missing,
dog.
bro.
Ian, I gotta correct you, dog. That was a Saturday night
That
because
was,
I
I
was
was, yeah, it was
watching
Saturday
it.
night because I was at work. I was at
I
work. I seen it early Sunday morning. I was working nights at
mhm.
Amazon. Yep, it was a Saturday. Sure
Mm.
was. Yep.
I remember
Bang.
being on my couch watching
Listen,
it
bro.
live. I'm like, bang,
Cause we
bang.
all, right. We all went to break at like around 12:30, and we in the lunchroom. We sitting
Mhm.
there. We watching the highlights. We like he ain't never finna shoot from right here. He just shot from right there. We was just all were like, oh, we was all in there going crazy, bro. Maggie, the
I
game they
mean,
ended probably a couple hours ago.
so who was floored worse? Who was floored worse? The Thunder with Kevin Durant. He ended up changing teams after that. Y'all remember that? We end up going to the Warriors after that.
No,
No,
this
no,
team was
this one.
more worse. No,
No, this one.
Who was floored worse, them
Duke.
or Duke, man? Because they
Duke.
both was floored. They both
Yeah.
was just like,
This is immortality. No.
Yeah. They, I mean,
The
don't
number
get me
one
wrong.
overall
OKC,
seed?
yeah, number one overall seed. They gotta live for that forever. That Steph Curry shot gonna be played forever too. But nah, man, it's up there
because
too,
that
bro.
whole OKC stadium was quiet. That was the difference. Like Duke was, they had a stadium with multiple people. But I'm just making an argument that OKC stadium, it was at OKC. That was
Yep.
one of the most quiet
but-
stadiums I've ever seen outside of the commentators.
But I think the magnitude of the significance of the game is probably the biggest thing for me because if I'm not mistaken, that was a regular season game.
Yeah,
That was a regular season game compared to the Elite Eight.
Yeah,
Yes.
at the end of the year. To be honest, around this time. It was around this time.
Mm-hmm. It was around this
Around
time.
this
for the
time,
NBA,
yep.
'cause they were battling for positioning. They were battling
Yeah.
for seeding.
Yeah.
And so,
you're right.
because OKC was pretty damn good that year too, but Golden State was all time good.
Because they were still wearing them stupid sleeve jerseys.
Sleeve jerseys. They had them black ones on.
The black
Yep.
ones. Yeah.
Right.
Yep.
They had the black ones on.
The
They
Adidas
had
days.
the black ones
Yep.
on. Right. Yeah, man.
no,
Crazy.
Yeah, Duke, Victor, you don't have to, take this L in real time, man. I'm sorry, not sorry, but it happens. Christian Laettner was the good side of things, and this is the polar opposite. So it is what it is.
Yeah, man. Victor, we still praying for you, dog. And so we pray that that things get better for you, man. And so on the other hand, we got to make picks, fellas. We got our Final Four: Arizona, Michigan, and Illinois, UConn. Jamar, man, who is your national championship? Victor, Jeremy, Frank. Who is you guys like? Who you got for the national championship, bro?
So I'm gonna pick exactly what my bracket looks like. I got Michigan beating Arizona. I got Illinois. They were supposed to be, I guess, playing Michigan State. It never happened, but nevertheless, I got Illinois beating UConn, and I have Michigan cutting down the Nets.
All right. Yes. And
Surprised they got Michigan cut down the Nets.
You think you're surprised?
Yeah. I'm surprised we're in Illinois.
Nah, I couldn't do it. Tempting. I couldn't do it. But I would love to see it though in real time.
Yeah, so Ian, bro, who you got for the national championship?
Honestly, for the Natty,
Your bracket had Arizona, right? Okay, sound like
I
it
got
might be different now.
Arizona.
Oh, that's gonna be a heavyweight match today.
The bracket I got UConn, but I don't know, man.
Yeah.
You know what? I'm gonna go Arizona and Illinois. Go Arizona and
Rematch.
Illinois.
So you're going for the rematch of the 2005 Elite Eight.
Yep. But
The one that had us all having heart attacks.
I got yeah, for real. And DuPaul, shout out to DuPaul. But I got Arizona winning it all.
Right.
And I know they're not because I'm picking them.
I'm trying to think, fellas. I know I had UConn. Did I have Arizona in my national championship?
You want me to pull it up?
I'm not sure.
Give me a sec.
I know I had UConn, but as far as winning the other side, I know I had Michigan in another bracket, but for the tournament challenge is what I'm focused on, Jamar.
Groups.
Bear with me.
Yeah.
Okay, so yeah, I see UConn there.
I think for this one, I think you had, well,
One I had Duke.
yeah,
Um, yeah, one I had Duke.
and you have
And
Michigan versus Duke.
okay, for that national championship, yeah. Uh, and then UConn, I think did I have UConn versus did I have UConn versus Arizona? I think I might have had that one. But then
What
I,
for the other
I
one?
I picked, yeah, I think I had UConn winning it all. And so I'm gonna have to stick with what I had in this case. But part of me wants to see Illinois, of course. I mean, why would I not want to see Illinois? Um, but if I non bracket, non bracket, I'm with you in Illinois and Arizona. Um, uh, I'm hoping I'm right, but Illinois, they they're not skating by like UConn. UConn is off a high right now. They still off ecstasy from what happened against Duke. Whereas with Illinois, they've just been hot, dominating, and they have been playing great defensively. UConn is fantastic defensively as well. And some people are arguing, Ian and Jamar, that they beat the best team in the country, Duke. That's what some people are arguing. Because Duke's been, arguably the best team in Arizona all year. And so we can't ignore what UConn just did to the best team in the country.
Yeah.
So Illinois got their hands full, but Illinois, if they defend, fellas, I don't know who can beat them outside of maybe Arizona. I truly don't know who can beat Illinois. If Illinois defends, because they're going to score, Jamar. I don't know who can beat them, and I think UConn will give them a run, but I think Illinois could separate themselves. I'm hoping and get a vengeance
No,
from what happened 2 years ago.
and that's what I was, saying earlier. Like Illinois at their peak can win this thing. They can. And I guess to answer your question of, who could beat them, that's why I got the team winning it all because they can beat them, which is Michigan, because I believe they have done it already. So it's what we're going to see for the next 3 games is going to be we're going to see some good games. There should not be like any blowouts here. It should all be very box office. That Arizona Michigan game, that's about as heavyweight as it gets. Arizona scares me. Arizona is a very dangerous team. But so is Michigan. Both of them are pretty similar to me as far as their ability to blitz the team. But when you pretty much are mano a mano, it's like I just want to see who comes out on top. So I don't have the warm and fuzzies about that pick, but I know it's possible. Hell, if my Purdue team could have, was making Arizona sweat for a few minutes in that game, then why not Michigan? Which is clearly a better team overall. So Arizona is tough.
Yep. Right. And so, yes. And fellas, so we got our national championship picks. I'll say. So Jamar, you got Illinois, Michigan cutting down the nets. And you got Illinois, Arizona. Arizona cutting down the nets. And I'm with you, but if I had to pick a team to cut down the nets, it'd be Arizona, but my bracket again has UConn.
Understood.
So on the women's side, South Carolina, UCLA. Man, Corey had UCLA. Ian, did you have UCLA?
No, actually, I had UConn.
Okay, I had UConn too. Jamar, did you have UConn too?
I did. I'm sorry, Don. I let you down.
Well,
Suck it up,
in
Gino.
this case,
Suck it up.
yeah. And so in this case now, we got to make a real pick. And so between South Carolina and UCLA, who y'all like?
I'm redeeming myself. Picking South Carolina.
Ian?
I'm with Jamal on this one. I'm redeeming myself. So. I'm with Jamal on this one.
Man, this is a hard pick, y'all. because UCLA been slept on all year.
Yeah.
You
They're
clearly got
they're excellent.
two an excellent team, two of the best players in the country. They gonna have their hands full with Lauren Betts, like absolutely. Um, damn, I'm with y'all. I'm trying not to bet against Dawn Staley. I mean, she's done it over and over again. So whatever. Nobody. I'm not even gonna pick that game. I no. I don't want to pick.
You can't do it.
All right, I'm gonna pick. I'm a pick South Carolina, but man,
You know,
UCLA can beat them.
he don't have the warm and
UCLA can
fuzzy.
beat them. Hell no, I ain't got the one before this, bro. If I'm not mistaken, um, did they play each other this year? Uh, let me see. Let me go to Google really quickly, fellas. Um, did they play each other this year? Uh, no, they didn't. Nope, they haven't played since 2024. And so, but UCLA won in 2024 when they played. But that was the year, oddly enough, um, yeah, they ended up, I think, UCLA. Did UCLA win it all? No, they didn't win it all that year. But I think they went to the Final Four national championship, one of the two. Because Lauren Best she's had a pretty good run with UCLA too, fellas. Um, multiple Final Four appearances. So I'm gonna go with South Carolina, but I ain't got the warm and fuzzies for that one. Um, on the other hand, NBA fellas. Um, and Luka Doncic is out for the regular season, bro. But I don't know if it really matters much because the way they was getting B2A versus the Thunder, it don't look like even if he was playing, it won't matter.
Yeah.
The Thunder just a
Just a
whole
better team.
nother level. Yeah, I guess just a whole nother level. And so, I mean, in this case, most of us have between Victor Wembanyama and SGA, but I don't know, man. It's looking like for me, SGA, y'all, is the number one pick now. He look like he's leading the MVP race, in my opinion.
Yeah, without a doubt.
Yeah,
Those are the, I
and I
mean,
mean, I know Victor Wembanyama is doing his thing. He had back-to-back double-double, 40 points, a couple days ago. But I don't know, man. I don't know if anybody doing what SGA is doing, Jamar.
I
It's all-time numbers.
I get that, but I mean,
These are all-time numbers.
what
All-time efficiency.
I
All-time efficiency.
I honestly
Just
I can care less. I can care less because all I see is forearm, fade, foul, coaching line. Like, no, I get it. I mean, he's playing
I know
awesome,
it's boring. I know it's boring,
but the way
excellence.
the most valuable player, right? That's what MVP stands for. Who in the league is more valuable than Victor Wembanyama? Who? Because this
SGA.
man, no,
If SGA wasn't on the Thunder, what would the Thunder be, Jamar?
there'll be a playoff team.
Hell no.
They wouldn't.
No.
You sure?
No. If you take Victor Wembanyama off the Spurs damn near might be
Top 3 in the
better
lottery.
than if the Thunder did not have SGA and they just had Jalen Williams that they had to go to, bro,
And
they
Chet
would not.
Holmgren and you
No,
know
they would not.
Dort and all these players. I mean, the reason why the Thunder are so good because of their depth on top of SGA.
Right, but they be somewhere probably battling for that 9th, 10th seed, but they would not be a
playoffs. Team. I mean, that's considered the playoffs. Play-in playoffs.
No, it ain't. That's a play-in. It's a difference, bro.
Okay, and you take Wemby off the Spurs, that is a top 3 lottery team. They'd be down there with the Utah Jazz, the Memphis Grizzlies, the Indiana Pacers.
And so, I mean, basically what we're saying is that at this point, neither team would be a playoff team. Neither
Yeah,
team will be a
and
top six seed in a conference.
and one of the teams will have a chance to take Cameron Boozer or AJ Bonesta, whatever his name is, or Darius Acuff. One of those teams would be able to take that. That'd be the Spurs. The Thunder would be taking somebody else that's not in the top 5 because that
No, they
Thunder
won't,
can,
Jamar.
they would.
The Thunder would be like the Bulls. They'd be somewhere playing for that 9 and 10, and they have to scrap and
Exactly.
clean the
They would
whole
not
damn
be able to
shit.
get a top
And they
5
have
pick.
to tank in
They
order
would
to
not.
get somebody like
They
a
would
Cameron
not get a
Boozer.
top 5
The Thunder
pick.
would not be.
The
They would
Thunder
not. They probably wouldn't that this year. But I guarantee you, if you keep that team the way it is without SGA, they would not be winning. And you'll just be like, hey, we got to scrap this thing, or we got to tank this thing. And eventually they'll be somewhere in the top 5 trying to get a top 5 pick.
All I know is Wemby's going to win Defensive Player of the Year without a doubt. He has a really good chance of winning MVP. We haven't seen that in quite a while. Matter of fact, actually, did the year one of the MVPs that Giannis won? Did he win both? If I'm not mistaken. Because outside of that, I don't think we've seen it in a while.
I could see that. No, I don't see it.
Okay.
But I mean, you could see that. I mean, that would make sense with Giannis though. Why would he not?
I just know one of those years he was definitely up there for both, and I think he won MVP.
Okay, I know he was up there for both, but I don't know if he won both.
Yeah, they might have gave it to Gobert one of those years when he could have.
Yeah, because that's what I'm getting. Gobert. I'm getting Rudy Gobert.
Yeah. Okay, so that makes. So yeah, we haven't seen an MVP and a Defensive Player of the Year for the same player in quite a long time. So
right,
Wemby's my MVP.
I can't argue with it, man. At the beginning of the podcast, and I stated that they could very well end up being co-MVPs. And that'd be the first time in NBA history. If somebody argued that they co-MVPs, you could argue that, like seriously. You could argue that.
I don't think they want to do that though, but they could.
Yeah, but it's never happened.
Yeah, I mean, we had co-rookie of the years before. Why not co-MVPs to 2 people that's deserving?
Yeah, they both deserving for real. So Ian, yeah, you had to pick, bro. Who would be your MVP? Because it's between them two now. With Luka Doncic being hurt, he's not gonna reach the 65 game threshold.
Yeah.
He's gonna fall short of 64 games.
Cade is out, of course.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously, it's gonna be one of those guys. I mean, it could be either one, to be honest. I mean, you have a valid point for either one. But if I had to take a wild guess, it will probably be Wemby. I think they want to push Wemby to the forefront of the NBA, and they're having a good year. Why not? Give him MVP.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I think Wemby is on the verge of probably becoming the face of the NBA.
And that'll be interesting to see. Regardless of the fact between him and SGA, they're both international players. And it'd be nice to see another guy from an international perspective become the face of the NBA. But even with Doncic now, his playoff status is uncertain. And so if his playoff status is uncertain, that's really bad news for the Lakers. That's a first round exit waiting to happen.
They're cooked.
Hey, who do y'all think? Who do y'all think? I think this is an easy one. But who is the rookie of the year? I think I'm looking at him right down on my phone right now.
Yeah, probably you talking about Cooper Flag, man.
He's the
numbers
first
he put up
to score 50 points in a game. That's insane, bro.
Look, the crazy thing about the odds, it was They had the odds had Con Canopo win the MVP. So I'm about to log in right now to this DraftKings, and I'm about to put money on
Oh man,
Cooper Flag.
DraftKings, man, DraftKings messed me out of $2,000.
Yeah, this is. I remember this story, and you told me this. You told us
Yep,
this.
Hold on, what they do? I don't remember.
finessed me out of $2,000, bro. So I had like a little parlay with what was it, Julian Sand, a quarterback at Ohio State. He's supposed to score
Okay.
like 3+ touchdowns. They were playing. Who were they playing at home? Was it Penn State? I don't know if it was Penn State. It was some Big Ten team. It might have been Penn State. I can't remember. But nevertheless, they were at home. He had 3 passing touchdowns. So I'm like, oh, okay. I just need one more rushing touchdown, passing touchdown, and we in there. Jeremiah Smith got a play from last year that was in the goal line where he threw like a bad, the ball got tipped, he threw like a bad ball, and Jeremiah Smith caught it with one hand and
Oh,
scored. That was the fourth touchdown of the day. I was in the house running around going crazy, thinking I won $2,000, and they suspended my cash out
Oh
bro.
wow.
off a 10. What was it, like a $5 or $10 bet? I think it was like a $5 bet or a $10 bet or something like that. I was hot. I said never again.
Mm,
I don't blame you
man.
one bit for that. My gosh, dude.
And I was refreshing. I was exiting out the app. I'm like, okay, maybe when I come back, it's gone. Nothing. $2,000.
Mm, yeah,
Dang,
man. Sorry for that, Ann.
like for real. I ain't mean to
Man, bro.
open up a whole wound on that one.
Yeah, I just took the app off my phone. I just took it out. It's like, yep, just take it off. I
Like
don't
we're
even want
done
to.
here.
Right,
Yeah, it's over with.
I don't
right.
blame
But guys, and you know, I'm gonna continue. We're gonna continue to pray for you, man, that you get over your wounds, bro. That you get over your wounds. We all got them, bro. We all got them. Real talk. And so, on another hand, this is a serious question, fellas. Nico Harrison got fired, right, from the
Yeah.
Mavericks. People were bashing him because of saying, "Hey, you let go of Luka Doncic. You let go of Luka Doncic." One thing we see clearly is that Luka don't defend. One thing we see is that when Luka run up against great defenses, he don't do nothing. Am I really wrong for saying this? When he played against Jalen Brown in the Celtics, and Jalen Brown played him up like all over him, did Luka really do a lot? Did he really dominate? No. Going against the Thunder, great defense. I mean, the game was over in the first quarter because they were shutting them down. Perhaps did Nico Harrison see something that most people didn't see? And it's a conversation that a lot of people get offended by. But, and I know he let go of Luka Doncic, but you got a rookie that's putting up 50 points. People might not be ready for saying that Cooper Flag might not be Luka Doncic, but perhaps was Nico Harrison right by thinking that Cooper Flag, because he obviously saw him in college. This is why he did what he did in order to try to,
you. But I would just stop.
my question is this really quickly, Jamar. Are the Mavericks in better long-term shape with Cooper Flag than if they still had Luka Doncic?
Okay. All right. I'll answer that, but just to be clear, like when he made that trade, they had no idea they was gonna get the #1 pick.
Right.
I just want to be clear on that part. I mean, I'll say strong maybe. I mean, it's still
It's a very strong maybe.
yeah. I mean, you know how I feel about Cooper Flag. I've been raving about the guy for years.
Yeah, since high school.
Yeah. I mean, he's everything that as advertised, and probably even more once people start to get to know his game more when they play, on national TV a little bit more than what they're doing now. But I would give a strong maybe, and I think a part of it is because Mark Cuban is back to running basketball operations for that team. I have a lot of faith in Mark Cuban of putting together, quality talent around the man and building up a championship contender again. I have more faith in Mark Cuban of doing that as opposed to the name is on the tip of my tongue. The GM for the Lakers. Yes.
Rob Pelinka?
Yes. I have more faith in Cuban than Pelinka in that regard. And even though the Lakers are definitely well ahead in the race between the two, I still got more faith in Cuban because not only are they going to get another really good lottery pick, Kyrie Irving will be coming back. They got rid of AD, so there's more flexibility there in the cap. Like they can put something together in the offseason here. And then the fact that Cooper will have a year of experience under his belt already. And when you start adding on to it, it's just going to make things a lot more easier. And the progression should be, in my opinion, should be a lot easier going forward. I don't know what to expect with the Lakers because what is LeBron doing? Don't know. They can't defend. I mean, you just talked about Luka not ever defending ever.
Luka don't defend. He don't
then
defend. That's part of the reason why. That's part of the reason why Nico Harrison got rid of him.
Yep. And then the other thing is, I mean, he's not the most durable player either, per se.
Nope.
So
he's very injury prone. You're right.
So when you start having soft tissue injuries like that, on top of not being a good defender, you start to, play at a risk. Yeah, if your top player is injury prone and doesn't defend, that means you have to, one, hide him on defense a lot of times, and two, pray that he does not get hurt off of some crazy freakish BS, because you don't need another AD 2.0 turning out in Laker land in regards to the injuries part. So it's like, I don't know. If I'm looking at 5 years ahead, Dallas might look a lot better than LA at this point.
They got a championship with AD. I don't see them getting a champ. I don't see the Lakers getting a championship with Luka. That's just me personally. Whether LeBron is there or not, I don't see.
Right. And the reason why, Ian, is because, do you think it's because of Luka being a superstar? Is it because he ball dominant? Is it because he don't defend well? Is it
just
the injury proneness?
I would say the style of play and his injury history. I just don't see him. I just don't see them reaching that peak, especially in the West. I just don't see it. Because I mean,
Right.
Playing devil's advocate, I'm pretty sure LeBron will be out in a year or two or three or whatever may have you. Who do you get to play alongside of him, and is that even going to be enough in the West? Maybe in the East, but not in the West.
You would have to find somebody that complements Luka to the point to where whatever Luka is weak against, his complement got to be strong. It have to be a balance.
Yeah.
Right.
So you got to find somebody that's willing to play both ends of the ball. Well, regardless of what position that is, they got to be a two-way player to start off with.
There ain't too many of those.
It's not. And that's one of the reasons why I feel like the Lakers is never going to win, because you don't have anybody out there that's doing that. I mean, Ayton and Hayes probably been playing well in this last these last couple of weeks, but it's like,
that's not gonna last.
It's not. They don't have it. They just definitely don't have it on the wings like that. Like, yeah, you got a defender in Vanderbilt, but I mean, he's not dropping 20.
Right.
Every here and there, but we need that almost every other night. We need you to average 15.
Right. And then Bronny can't even bring the ball past half court. It was tough to watch.
That was like 3 straight possessions.
I was watching it live. It was so tough to watch. I understand you want to get reps,
No,
and
no.
all that. But it
To his
was
defense,
tough
they
to
are a
watch.
great. To his defense, they
Mm.
are a great defensive team.
No, but
No,
that
and
goes back to what
Mm-mm,
LeBron said. Like Bronny's better than half the
mm-mm,
people in the league, or something like what?
mm-mm, mm-mm,
I don't think he needs to play in the G League no more though.
But
mm-mm.
he don't need to be playing in
Like
these games either.
he
So
don't
it's like,
need no. He could play in the games. He just don't need to be playing point guard. But his height, he has to kind of be a point guard.
right,
Yeah,
But he only 6'2". You see,
yeah.
so you
Played,
want him to be
play,
a point guard, Jamar, because he's 6'2". But he can't be a point guard because he can't get the ball past half court. Some people were joking that they were defending him like Jordan and Pippen in the '92 Olympics did. Tony Kukoc.
and
but
that is, to be honest, as funny as that is, that's going to be the that's going to be the defense that he see, his whole career. You know what I'm saying? It's almost like a situation when Lonzo Ball got to the league and Patrick Beverly wanted to, stick this defense on him, like one of their first games that they played. But gee, the difference is with Bronny, he gonna see that every night because they be like, oh, he LeBron saying you think you ain't supposed to be out here anyway. People got a point to prove. So they gonna play their
Right.
best defense that they never played in their life. And the next
exactly.
game they gonna give up 80 points to a bum. That's
Mhm.
just gonna be that's
It,
gonna be the story of his career. And I think he understands that. As a young kid, I think he understands that. So he'll be
He
all
got to
right.
get
But still
right.
in
He
all, the
definitely
Lakers
got
are not
to.
gonna win a
he
championship
needs,
no time soon, and LeBron needs to retire. And I think, to be honest, I think when LeBron retires, I think it'll let Bronny grow more as a player. He's already grown so much since he's been in the league, but I think he'll grow even more because maybe the target won't be as big on his back because they won't be on the same team no
Right.
more.
He's
but
developing
also,
that 3-point shot, and he's developing a mirror range game too, low key. He's developing some game. His
but
game's developing.
I feel like he needs to be on another team though, just
Yeah, big time.
whodeheartedly.
Yeah,
Like
Right. I think
just
so
not
definitely.
on
too,
the Lakers.
fellas.
Like that's not the place.
Right.
Yeah, that
Not
don't
the
make it better
Lakers.
either.
He need to go to a whole different market, a small market, somewhere where it's boring.
You
Like
know, you
he
know,
needs to
you know
just
why I think he
focus
would
on
thrive.
something.
Expansion. Let him.
Y'all know why I think he would thrive, and y'all gonna laugh. You know why I think he would thrive right now, and
The
he would fit
Bulls.
in? The Bulls.
Bulls.
Yeah,
Wow.
he'll get
The
plenty of
Bulls.
tick.
He'll get plenty of tick. He'll get plenty of reps, and he will probably turn out into a decent NBA player. I ain't saying gonna be all star, none of that. I'm not saying that. I ain't going
No, we're
that
not
far now.
saying that. No. Mm-mm.
It's possible, but I ain't going that far
I,
now. But
I understood.
I think he would be. I think he would be decent. I just think the target is too big. With him playing with pops, I mean, when you play with the Lakers, that's already a target. You know what I'm saying? And then who pops is, and they playing together. So people be having a point to prove. They gonna have a point to prove whatever team he play for. But I think when LeBron rides off to the sunset, and
It
he
won't be
kind
as
of,
bad.
yeah, it won't be as bad. It won't be a every night thing, or it won't be the butt of the jokes on Twitter and Instagram and the posts. He still had 10 points,
Right.
but I mean,
Yeah,
he getting better. But he getting there. It just get the handle a little
you just
better. He'll be
yeah,
all right.
you just need I guess the system for him to or the
That
opportunity
too.
per
The
se.
right system.
Yeah.
So I ain't mad at the Bulls, and I was gonna say like, hey, wait till these two expansion teams come. He gonna let one of them take them. He'll have an
Yeah.
opportunity there too.
Yeah. Right coach, right
Yeah.
system, right situation. He'll be all
Mhm.
right. But still in all, they not winning no damn championship. And
Nope,
yeah, it ain't. We was talking
it's
about
dead.
this a couple weeks ago, Brandon. Now look, Luka done got hurt. See,
It's
Yep.
over.
they
Right.
Braun was doing all that dunking. They were doing all the Showtime and shit. I was like, damn, I say he need to say that shit for the playoffs. And now look, these niggas is hurt
Right.
already going into the goddamn playoffs. They figured they had swept, and if this playoff starts today, they would play the Timberwolves again, I think, and the Timberwolves will sweep them
Uh, Ant
again.
Man
Oh
ready for
yeah.
that one. Ant Man won him again.
Yeah. Nah,
Yeah,
nah. With Luca, that was gonna be a series. Without Luca,
Goodbye.
Timberwolves finna, yeah.
They're looking at chops.
Timberwolves finna. You're licking their chops, man. Another easy way to the second round now. So who? But the question now, fellas, is I know they in a third seed, but it's likely that they might drop from that third seed now, fellas. Because keep in mind that it's jumbled in that West from 3 through 10. And so, it's possible that the Rockets or
The
the
Nuggets.
Timberwolves or the
Yeah,
Nuggets, the
don't let them
Nuggets
play the
being the
Nuggets
fourth
without
seed,
Luka.
like,
Sweet.
yeah, that's a sweep. That's
Lakers at 7.
And Lakers in 11. That's what that is.
Good morning,
Lakers,
Terrence. He said Lakers are 7.
Lakers and get out. My snowball boys, get out.
uh, hey, so Terrence, you still believe, huh?
No, he trolling.
Ain't no way.
And so yeah, man, it'll be crazy, man. The Lakers put that out with a 41-year-old LeBron and Austin Reeves, who he alright, he developing, but it ain't enough, you know. And the bad part about it, fellas, me watching, I'm just looking at the injury and I'm like, damn, Luka, like, why are you even going hard? You already getting blew out by 50, bro. Like, that was my thing, Jamar. Like, why like, y'all should just be running some plays at this point, like, not trying to, like, but they don't run no plays, really. They just get Luka the ball and let him do what he do. That's why he got injured.
That is the play.
That's why he got injured, Jamar. And, like, real, excuse my French, that's real shit. That's why he got injured. They just give him the ball, say, do what you do, Luka. And that's why his ass got injured. You ain't running no plays, running no screens. Everybody just kind of standing around. It's just like Rucker Park damn near.
Oh, everybody get the hell out the way.
Right. And that's not championship basketball. Well, what player win a championship, and especially in today's NBA, the talent's too good, And so that's why Cooper Flag was brought up for the future. And could Nico Harrison have seen something that a lot of people didn't want to talk about, but needed to be seen even after the NBA Finals appearance? Did he see some effort in the finals? Did he see some effort when Jaylen Brown was taking the ball from Luka Doncic mid-court? Remember, y'all? Remember?
Mm-hmm.
He run down, Jaylen Brown take the ball right from his ass, go dunk. Literally, just how Bronny looked the other day. So it's just the point. And so we'll see what happened with the Lakers. It ain't looking good for them at this point. West is jumbled. Likely they'll end up losing that 3 seed. They probably will descend somewhere on 4, 5, 6, and it ain't looking good for them. Terrence say, but that's a big if, Terrence. AD staying healthy is one of the biggest ifs in NBA history.
Man,
He
he
couldn't
ain't
stay
playing
healthy.
with Washington now. He ain't even playing with Washington now.
Dude, they traded a fractured player for a broken player. So it's like, I mean, you trade 2 injury-prone players. Just one of them just having to have a lot less tread on the wheels right now. But it's coming.
You talking about for Luka, Jamar?
Yeah, it's coming. More and more injuries gonna come. I mean, conditioning ain't there. He don't care. His style of play,
Right, the conditioning ain't there.
the miles on the body, like unfortunately it's going in that trajectory. Of course, we don't ever wish injury on anybody, but it's just based on the evidence that we've seen so far. It's like it's heading in that path. Your best player cannot be injury prone and you expect to win a championship. It just doesn't work that way.
Right. Those generally turn out to first and second round exits at best, at absolute best.
I mean, look at Kawhi Leonard.
Right. Facts. Yeah, and so, we hope the best for Luka. I hope to see him back in the playoffs, fellas. I hope to see him back for the playoffs. But when you read a status is uncertain, that means he gonna be out for part of the playoffs. And then that means in that West, you play Minnesota somebody, man, he come back, it's probably gonna be too late by then. Too late by then. And so, yeah.
Like Vince Carter said, it's over.
Yeah, man. So on the other hand, anything from Jamar?
Yeah. So I had 3 things. One, I was gonna bring up the Cooper Flag one, but we talked about that, so I'll scratch that one. All right. Second, we gonna slight pivot over to baseball, White Sox baseball. Not even them, winning their home opener and them being 2-5 right now, or whatever the record is.
Yeah,
But
they
more
2 and
so,
5.
Ozzie Guillen. Just want to point out Ozzie Guillen is going to have his jersey retired here.
Yep.
That would be what the first player manager for a club to have that happen. So just want to give some positive news to the South Side. That's been very hard to watch so far this season. So shout out to Ozzie Guillen on that one.
Right. But also, Jamar, I want to give a shout out to Munetaka Murakami,
Oh, he's been balling.
the Japanese. He's been balling. He's been balling in. Right now, the White Sox suck, but this kid, he's been nice, and he's a very, very good White Sox. Point him out.
Yeah. No, good note on that one. And then also I found out, I guess the White Sox have the number 1 pick in this coming draft. And more than likely they're going to take a kid, I think shortstop from UCLA. I forgot his name, but he's definitely going to be another foundational piece in this rebuild. So it's a process. It's a slow one, but nevertheless, once the team builds up and then once the Ishbias actually become owners of this team, it's going to be brighter days. Because Jerry got to go. And it's going to happen.
Right.
It's just a matter of when. But anything that Jerry touches, it's pretty much the shadowy place from the Lion King, where Mufasa said for his son Simba not to go there. That's what it is right now.
You must never go there. What's that dark shadowy place over there?
Oh man, but all right, and then the last thing, the last thing I want to get into.
Funny. Hilarious. Funny as hell. I'm busting up, bro. Fuck wrong with Buddy?
Oh man. Oh,
Jamar,
man.
bro, what was you saying?
He lost his train of thought.
Needed that. All right. So the last thing I definitely want to pick up. So, the Basketball Hall of Fame, they named, a few people that got in. We got Candace Parker, she got in. Elena Deladon, she got in. I have one person I have a problem with getting in. His name is Amari Stoudemire.
I knew this was going.
Look, it's bad enough that we noticed that the Basketball Hall of Fame is the easiest Hall of Fame to get into. Like it's pretty much Oprah pointing to the crowd, everybody gets in. But at this point, it feels like the Hall of Fame has turned into a participation award. Like, why is Amari Stoudemire getting into the Basketball Hall of Fame? What have you done to contribute to the game of basketball that you deserve one of those gold jacks or whatever the case may be? I mean, the man, the prime of his career was playing with Steve Nash in Phoenix for about a good 8 years. Then he went to the Knicks. And then, at the time when he went to the Knicks, he was the first, star in so long to go to the Knicks. And, it looked like they was turning things around. Then, Carmelo happened and, things changed very, very, very quick. Knee injuries left and right. And then all of a sudden, he's not the same player anymore. So, he was a 6-time All-Star. I get that. He's only, All NBA first team one time, 4-time All NBA second team, Rookie of the Year. That's it.
5-time All NBA selection.
And a 6-time All-Star. Right.
Well, I think I do agree, but I think they combine high school and college and all of that. I think they combine it all.
Yeah, but
I don't think they should, but
that's why it's watered down to begin with, because it ain't the NBA Hall of Fame, it's the Basketball Hall of Fame. So then just the point.
I think that might answer the question then.
No, but I'm going just putting more context into this. So like the man went overseas. He's been overseas for the last, I guess, the last maybe 4 years of his career. He played overseas. So it's like, if we're doing stuff like that, if that's the case, Stephon Marbury, come on down. You deserve a jacket too. Like, and then anybody that's like, putting up career numbers overseas, they might go get in the Basketball Hall of Fame. Like, what is the real criteria here? Because if we're start doing this, we need to actually segment the players within the Hall of Fame. Because to say that Amari Stoudemire,
he went from high school to the NBA, right? Amari Stoudemire, he didn't go to college.
No college career, so that's a wrap. So it's like the greatest thing for Amari Stoudemire is him dunking on players in traffic for and-ones off of lobs. Like, what are we doing? What, like, in all seriousness, like it becomes even more watered down than what it is. It's like putting water in your gas tank.
One of the easiest Hall of Fame. It's one of the easiest, definitely. MLB is one of the hardest. But with Amari, I can see you guys' point. But I do know this. Doc better start enjoying his accolades because I don't know if he's going to be a head coach in the NBA anytime soon.
He won Rookie of the Year.
He should get his accolades definitely as soon as possible because with Doc, yeah. And now it's even worse to hear about what's happening in Milwaukee right now with Giannis and his health and them scratching him. And so that means, in other words, that Doc and these guys been lying to the media saying that he's not available and this and that, but he's been available. And
so he just don't want to play that no more.
It looks really right. Exactly.
Maybe you don't want to play.
If he don't want to play, he just got to ride out. You just go. Bye. Like as simple as that.
I know he was happier when Doc wasn't there. Let me stop.
Right, but all this, you mentioned all this, right? Doc, it seems like the game is passing him up. He's arguably a Hall of Fame coach, right? 6 all-time wins, championship with the Celtics. Yeah, a lot of knees, all that stuff,
Based on this Hall of Fame,
right, based off of this Hall of Fame, he's a Hall of Famer. But I do know this. I don't know if Doc is set to be or if he'll be a head coach in the NBA anytime soon. If he do it, it'd just be straight politics, knowing people, etc. But if he's fit, if you ask me, no. So I want to shout out to Doc that he should go ahead, get his jacket, and set off to the sunset, just like you mentioned, Jamar, set off to the sunset because I don't know who really hires him after his stint with the Bucks is up.
I think I said it either last week or the week before, and I'll say it one more time. The Celtics players, they won in spite of Doc, and players have lost and not even advanced in the playoffs because of Doc. Like, Doc is
Doc rips his ass.
Yes. Yes. Like, Terrence continues to campaign for my point. Like his
one
career
is with all them teams. Yeah.
He's the most overrated coach to me.
Right.
In my lifetime, he is the most overrated coach.
Yeah, but he'll still get in the Hall of Fame, Jamar. It's just though.
That's why we need to segment this Hall of Fame.
Right. Do you go ahead and as a team say, hey, we want to hire Doc? I don't know, but
nah.
And you know why he gonna get to the Hall of Fame? Like you say, it's not the NBA Hall of Fame, it's the Basketball Hall of Fame. So they're gonna go back to high school because he was a top recruit, good college player, decent NBA player, and he got one championship as a coach. So yeah, he definitely gonna get the Hall of Fame.
So this how we're gonna do it. So
I ain't saying he should, but
fair. All right. So you all remember the movies Four Brothers, right?
I just watched that the other night.
Yeah. So Doc is going to be, sitting at the kids' table, or he's going to Buddy going to tell him to get on the floor and eat.
Eat.
And then Amari is going to join him next to him, like, you get down with your man too, like you get down there too.
He said, "I'll put you down here with him. Go down here and share a meal with your man."
Like, there's gonna be levels in this Hall of Fame. Everybody ain't sitting at the same table, so or at a table. I'm just letting you know.
Yeah, bro. It's crazy. But yeah, he go get in based off of that. I always thought about that too. Like, how do they do this? Basketball Hall of Fame. Like, even another questionable one to me is and I love him as a kid, but I don't think he deserved to be in the Hall of Fame. Tracy McGrady.
I knew that was coming. That's my favorite player, but I would
Yeah,
say he's more
I love T Mac as a kid.
he's more deserving of the Hall of Fame than Amari Stank Stoudemire.
You think so?
I
Well,
I
do.
think they kind
he's
of on the
more,
same plane.
and he definitely more deserving. T Mac for sure. T Mac,
Why y'all feel that though? T
just
Mac
what
don't
he
have no
did.
awards
I understand,
besides the
but
All Star appearances.
oh no, man, it's just with T Mac. You just had to see it. You
No.
just had to see it.
So let's see.
You
7-time
just had
NBA
to see it with
All-Star,
T Mac.
2-time NBA scoring champ, most improved player of the year. He made an All NBA team 7 times. I mean, yeah, of course, yeah, he never got out
That's
the first
more than
round,
Amari because Amari,
but he
Amari
didn't
was
get
what,
the
5
first round because
times?
of Doc Spanking Rivers.
His head coach was Doc Rivers too. Let's not forget that. So those blown leads with Orlando was because of Doc Rivers. He said the player version of Doc Rivers. And so yeah, man. T Mac, but let me ask you this, Ian. Who's more deserving, T Mac or Amari Stoudemire?
Amari.
Because for me it's
logging off.
clearly T Mac.
Amari.
Clearly
Amari
T-Mac.
has the better career.
I'm logging off.
T Mac is the better player. I love T Mac probably just like you did, Jamar. But if we talking about, we have to talk about stats and accolades when we talk about the Hall of Fame. They're both high school players, so they didn't go to college. I mean, we got to go with Amari.
He's one of the most when I think of a player that never won a championship, for me, T-Mac is one of those guys on the list, like with the Allen Iversons, the Patrick Ewings. Like, he's like one of the what ifs, like, man, if he had this, if he had that, T-Mac would have just annihilated shit. Like, 7-time NBA All-Star, 7-time NBA All-Selection. Yeah, like, for me, and in some of those years, he was in an MVP conversation. Never won it, but he was a perennial MVP candidate, man. Like,
I'll say this much.
He's a Hall of Famer for sure.
I'll say this much. At one point in time, there was an argument between who was the best player between Kobe and Tracy McGrady. At one point in time, at the peak, Amari Stoudemire has never been in that conversation with anybody.
Not even close.
Yeah,
you couldn't argue with it, saying, "Oh, he's on the same level as Tim Duncan." Hell no.
No. And there was a legitimate argument between Tracy McGrady and Kobe Bryant at one point.
Right. Like, for me, I'm not even. I know sometimes I might not get a person to agree with me, but I know what I'm saying because I've been watching this my whole life. T-Mac clearly is a Hall of Famer compared to Amari Stoudemire. And for me, it wasn't a question for him. If he had the right pieces, who knows what T-Mac would have got done in his career.
And the right coach. Fuck, man.
He had the right pieces.
Out.
He had the right pieces. He didn't
have the right coach.
No, he had the right pieces.
He had the right pieces. They just
no,
got hurt.
He didn't. And even in Houston,
you gotta remember he had Grant Hill. Grant Hill just ended up getting hurt.
He just never played.
He never played. T-Mac ended up getting hurt in Houston with Yao Ming. He played with some dudes now, man. He played with some dudes.
Right. Don't get me wrong. He played with some dudes, but they weren't available in those moments. So you can't sit there and say that was a legit piece, because if he wasn't available during that run that they had in the 2009 when they played the Lakers in the second round, took them to Game 7, he wasn't available. If he was available, who knows? They could have beat the Lakers, but the Lakers instead won and went on to win the championship. Then when you go on with Orlando, those 3-1 leads, Grant Hill ain't available. He just wasn't available. We don't know.
Yeah.
You see? And so we'll never know what'll happen with that. It's just, that's sad. But with Amari Stoudemire, on the other hand, we saw him be available and them get swept versus San Antonio when he went up against Tim Duncan them. It wasn't even close. You know,
All right.
They
And
was,
then
I mean, they was young.
I want to the Houston
they
Rockets
were
part.
fun to watch though. They were
I,
fun. They were
Yeah, he
I
fun.
want
played. Yeah, he did play with Ron Artest. I forgot about that.
I want to
Yeah,
address the
Ron
Houston
Artest was
Rockets
on that
part.
team. Yeah.
For what, a year? I want to address the Houston Rockets part. So yeah, like the McGrady with the Rockets, like yeah, those teams were better. I mean, him and Yao, that's a hell of a duo. Problem is, like you mentioned, Brandon, like injuries, availability was the greatest abilities, availability, like
For
that
both
that
of them.
sucked. Yeah, it sucked. But I do recall, like, and yes, my boy McGrady never made out the first round, especially in his prime. It didn't happen. But I do recall them playing the Utah Jazz a couple times. There was one game that I always remember. It was a game 4 in that series in one of those years to where only 4 players for the Houston Rockets scored in that game. 4.
You
And
know
you're
who the
gonna
4 players were?
McGrady, Yao. It was a backup point guard. I'm trying to remember his name. He was solid.
Oh man, he was backing up Rafer Alston, right?
Yeah. And there was
You know
I
it wasn't
remember him.
Patrick
The
Beverly.
bald head dude, older guy. Was
Not,
it Tony Delk?
not Chucky
it wasn't
Atkins.
no, I have to look. And there was one other person, he didn't really score as much. It was 4 MFers on this team that only scored in that game. And I'm just sitting here like, what else does my guy got to do out here? I mean, but then again, I mean, the Utah Jazz team at that time was lethal, and nobody talks about it. Between Deron Williams, a Carlos Boozer, a Mehmet Okur, a Cal Korver, a Andre Kirilenko.
AK-47.
Yeah, like that team was cold blooded. But
Yeah, they put them out. Yeah, they put them out a couple of times. I remember that.
two
That's when they
straight
was
years.
wearing that. They was wearing that sky blue. I used to love that uniform.
I hated when
Used
they
to love
played
that
them, but yeah.
uniform.
And that's when
Yeah,
Deron Williams
man.
was that dude too.
Yeah, torching.
When there was an argument that Deron Williams, who was the better point guard between Deron Williams and Chris Paul, that's how good Deron Williams was at that time. But
Yeah.
but nevertheless, I mean, things happen. I mean, we here now. There's levels to the Hall of Fame. At least Trace McGrady get to sit at the kids' table, and Maury Stoudemire and Doc Rivers on the floor eating. So that's where I'm going at.
On the other hand, Ian, bro, we did anything from Jamar. It's time to go to the basement. We got anything from you, bro?
I'm gonna switch it up on y'all.
Uh-oh.
Who is going to be the Bears' #1 receiver this year?
Ooh.
Oh, DJ Moore got a young Luther Burden.
We got Rome.
Loveland. Got
Colston
Rome. Got
Loveland.
Loveland. Yep.
Right.
That is tough.
For me, I know Rome had a great year, but for me, it's Colston, and I know that he's a tight end. But if I had to say who I trust, if I had to say who I trust the more out of everybody, Jamar,
Yeah,
it's Colston.
I'm not mad at you with that answer. I'm stuck between Colston and Luther.
Yeah. Oh, not Rome. You're not stuck with Rome.
No. I mean, Rome has to prove it. Like, this is a prove it year for him. Because I'm
Top 10 pick. Got to get it done.
Yeah, we had a fork in the road with this man. Like, you got to come out here and play. Luther looked better than him last year.
No, Jamar. No, Rome looked better.
He did. Nah, Rome didn't have that.
Now Luther had some plays, but come on, y'all. I understand the top 10 pick, but Rome has some moments, y'all. He has
top 10 pick. You supposed to be that guy.
Come on, y'all.
Yeah, like I expect him to be like the Malik Neighbors of the world type deal. Like you got
top 10 pick. You got to be that guy.
Like
it's definitely a proven year for sure due to his draft status, etc. But
Luther has the it factor. Like my eyes told me after the first couple times I watched him play, Luther is it. Rome,
I can see
I'm still
that.
trying to figure
I can
out.
see that, but I'm still saying from last year, Rome had a better year. He was more like he was, you know, the hands. Now, if you ask me who could explode and just take something from nothing to something, yeah, that's Luther. That's
Matter of
Luther
fact,
all day.
if I'm not mistaken,
dropped the touchdown on the Rams
against the Rams. Yes.
Open the drive.
Correct.
Yes, he did.
You know, he has the case of the drops. Like that's
In
I
the
don't
case of
want
the
that from my
injuries
top.
too.
Yeah, I don't want that from my top 10 player.
Okay. Yeah.
Luther, shifty. Luther, he knows how to play ball.
Now
But yeah, I'm
Luther,
stuck
yeah,
between
don't
those
get me
two.
wrong. Luther,
He's St. Louis
dog.
kid.
Luther, dog. Luther, dog. Man, Luther's a dog. And so you still answer the question though, and I mean, Jamar,
I know I'm
you
stuck between the two.
Colston or Luther?
Colston is an
That
animal.
boy Cole.
He
That
is an
boy Cole.
animal.
I told guys, I told y'all, I said, I even told Terrence, everybody, y'all wanted Ty Warren. I'm like, Ty Warren is
You
nice.
right. Well,
He's
we
nice.
was not excited when the Bears.
Yeah.
I'm like, wait, we already got Cole Kmet. Why are we getting
But
Colston?
me being an Ohio State fan, this guy's from Michigan.
You know.
He was in
I
a
remember
run
those
base.
words.
He was in a
I remember
he
those
was
words, and I
he
remember
was in
those
a
exact
heavy
words.
run base offense. I'm like, they got Colston. I'm like, watch. He gonna be nice. I'm telling y'all, that white boy is nice, bro. I'm telling you. This year, after that Cincinnati game, he just took off. And I was like,
Yeah.
see, I told you.
Yeah, he did.
He's nice.
Yeah,
He's nice. He could potentially be his favorite target.
Yeah. I think that is going to be the case. Because hell, when you have an elite tight end in the offense, it makes everything better. All around.
Especially in a Ben Johnson offense, as we seen.
Sam Laporta.
Right. Right.
I know. Fantasy.
No,
I know.
I remember that specifically, guys. I remember that specifically. And you saying about what you said about Ohio State. And additionally, you even, Jamar, you might not remember you were talking about Ben Johnson's style of offense. And you compared it to Detroit and what he did in the past. And that's why they wanted Colston Loveland to match up with Cole Kmet. And so, yeah, I'm thinking it's Colston, man. I know he's reliable. His hands are glued. The boy is tough.
I'm a side with you on that, but I think Luther would be like right there with him. And I hope Rome is right in that mix. I hope it's three of them that just go out there and ball. I just
Man, that's good news for Bears fans, Jamar. If you battling between Luther and Colston, that means Luther, you feel that if he touched the ball, he can do something special with it.
Absolutely. We've seen it. We've seen it. That man is electric. Matter of fact, the game against the Niners, I think he got hurt in that game, but he was getting ready to. Yeah, he was taking off.
He was balling that game. That was a fun game. That was a fun game. Yeah, he was killing that first half. He was torturing him.
And then he got hurt. If he never got hurt,
yeah,
different story.
Yeah, man. A lot to be excited about, man. Let me ask y'all this. Jamar, do you like the Bears offseason moves?
Man, we never had a chance to talk about that, right? I don't think I don't think I was around when y'all was talking about that.
Yeah. No, I talked to Ian about it, but never get a chance to talk to you about it.
So I'm okay with it because of the fact that their cap situation. Like, they did what it was more so of a need, and I was like, as I learned about what I guess obstacles are in the way, it's like, okay, I understand. So I'm not mad at it. I do love Kobe Bryant. I love that one. I love that one. I am, and like I said, initially I was upset, especially with all the DBs that left and signed like 1 year, $5 million deals and stuff. But once again, they are focusing more so on the contracts they have to give out here in the next couple of years between Darnell Wright and hopefully Rome Odunze, and of course Caleb Williams going to take up so much of that deal, and then further down the line, Luther Burden and Colston Loveland and things like that. Like, you can't kick the can down the road. You can only kick the can down the road so much until you doing fire sales left and right, and you have to blow the whole thing up. So it's like, this feels like the sacrificial year to make sure the foundation stays together for a long time. So it's like, I get it. So that means they got to hit in the draft. They have to hit in the draft. Pass rush is a need.
Big time.
Safety is a need. Corner is somewhat of a need still. Interior on the line.
Because your boy gonna be out of here.
What are we talking about?
Jalen. It's a big year for Jalen. He don't get it done, he's gonna be out of here. It's a big contract they got for Jalen.
Yeah, I mean he can definitely be a cap casualty next year. Or get traded. But I mean, he was hurt last year, so we get that.
Right.
So
I mean, and that's crazy. If a lot of people forgot he was even on the team, man.
Yeah, man. That happens when you're not getting the ball back
He
in
was
the end when you're not playing.
right.
so let's see what a healthy off season of him, doing now. Let's see what he goes into next year. But yeah, the draft got a hit. I definitely still got a bone to pick with the NFL for officially closing the fact that we're not getting them picks. That pisses me off even more. It's like,
Yeah, well, I don't know
why
what
even
was
have
up
the
with
rule if you're not going to enforce it?
that. Yeah.
So that's very upsetting. But yeah, nevertheless, they got to hit on the draft. They have to.
Say, so do you guys agree with this? Letting Deshaun Wright walk. So I'm not gonna lie. When they let Deshaun Wright walk, I thought Deshaun Wright was gonna, get this big payday, like, 10,
Correct.
11, 12 million. He went to the Jets for 5 million. Y'all
I
gonna give him
know.
for 5 million for one more
Right.
year?
That pissed me off. That was part of the thing that pissed me off too. But what I will say is,
He did give up a lot of yards.
I mean, yeah, that's fine. It ain't got nothing to do with him. Like he earned. Well, I feel like he should have got paid more. But nevertheless, we still have Al Harris. I feel like Al Harris is the person
Yeah,
that is the foundation to the DBs playing the way they play.
definitely. I agree with that. Definitely.
So whoever they bring in the draft or something, or if,
Tyreek Stevenson
start to play better, then it's like, okay, it's Al Harris. So it's like that's the person you need to keep around.
Yeah, and they probably feel like
Right.
that.
Yeah, I mean,
Do you guys feel though?
Because he's done
Right.
it everywhere.
Right. Do you guys feel though that's part of the reason why the Bears kind of let go of so many people in the safety? I mean, in the defensive backfield. Like for instance, like Jalen Johnson, with the money that he's being paid, etc. Do you guys feel that they probably let some of those guys go because they knew they had to pay Jalen Johnson?
But he just got paid.
Yeah, it's
So-
I mean, they let them go. I mean, they had to let a lot of these guys go because of the cap structure. I mean, they have the lowest amount of money in the league right now. But it's because, like I mentioned earlier, they have to pay all the guys that's coming up on these rookie deals. And it's like, so you want to make sure you have enough money for that, as opposed to, restructuring deals, and then by the time it's time to pay somebody, you can't pay them. Then it's like we all gonna be mad. Like they couldn't pay him, they got to trade him. Like we don't want to do that.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
So, get cheaper
It's going to be
options.
super important. Right. It's going to be super important for the Bears because, NFC North is arguably probably the best division of football outside of the NFC West. So it's going to be competitive. It's going to be very competitive.
I think we'll be okay in this division, knowing that the Packers didn't really make too many moves outside of, I think, trading for Zaire Franklin. Outside of that, everybody else pretty much departed.
It's a good pickup for them.
It is, but I mean, heck, you don't have Quay Walker anymore. You don't have Rashad Gary anymore.
Gary, yeah, man. I was surprised they let Rashad Gary walk.
Yeah, it's a lot. I think a couple other people on the defensive backs gone. Like they didn't. I think they only did like 3 moves, if that. So it's like,
Yeah,
okay,
they didn't do a
good.
lot. I know
Thank
they still
you.
got Makai, but he come off an injury.
Yeah, I mean,
They let go of one of their receivers too, right?
Oh yeah, Romeo Dobbs, to the
Dobbs.
Patriots.
Ooh.
Yeah.
You got that happening. And he was definitely probably the more consistent receiver they had all last year. So it's like, okay.
Definitely.
He was the more consistent, not the most talented, but the most consistent.
Yeah, so like, do me a favor, let these people walk. Detroit, I know they let quite a few people go, and
They let Demo go.
They beat us twice. We got to get them next year.
Yeah, we do. We owe them one. They also let some people go on the defensive side of the ball. I think I think they let the left tackle go that we thought, I guess, what's his name, Tucker or what? I forgot his name, but nevertheless, they got stuff happening. And then the Vikings, that's the one I'm.
Got my boy over there.
Yeah, they got Kyle over there.
That's the one that's a little interesting.
That defense,
But it's
you
crazy
know,
though.
great defensive coordinator, man. Yeah, the Bears gonna have it rough, man.
Quarterback
They gotta
whisperer,
come ready. They
man,
gotta come ready.
he might set Kyler on fire, man. Y'all might see Kyler
But
from high school in Oklahoma.
here's the issue though. So they end up signing Carson Wentz. Like
They
you
got like
sign
4 quarterbacks.
that's the problem. So, and that's where I'm going. There's a belief that so Wentz, McCarthy, and Murray. There's a belief that only two is standing, and Wentz is one of the two. So for whatever reason, so by week 1, I don't know if Kyler's still on the team or McCarthy's still on the team. So someone's gonna
I
have
think
to get.
McCarthy gonna be the oddball out.
You would. I mean, that's the projection. What if McCarthy just starts to ball out and Kyler just starts effing up? I don't know.
Yeah.
Regardless, we don't know who's their week 1 starter.
Kyler is the cheapest on their books though.
Yeah, since Arizona paying all that dead cap.
Man, that
Right.
is crazy.
But
He
Ian, bro, do
basically
you
on the
really think that?
Russell Wilson deal.
Right.
Yeah.
So y'all really think that they'll keep Carson Wentz?
Correct.
Like y'all really think they'll keep Carson Wentz over JJ McCarthy?
If
I'm
that's
struggling
the
with
case,
that one.
if they
If
never,
that would be silly.
so my
my
thing
opinion.
is like if that was the case, they would have never signed him again.
Mhm.
You don't sign him to just cut him when he was already. You could have like it don't make any sense. So that's the belief, and that's not just me talking, but there's other people, I guess, in the industry that believes that too. So it's like,
Right. So who's that fourth quarterback for the Vikings, fellas? You got Carson there, you got Kyler, and you got JJ. Who's the other quarterback?
Is Mullen still on the team? Like, I don't know.
But it was mentioned that the Vikings got 4 quarterbacks. Is it Max Bromsier?
It might be. It's some, Dollar General employee that's signed. I don't know.
Oh man,
Okay.
that's messed up.
Yeah. So for me, I see Kyler Murray, then I see Jay McCarthy as his backup, and then depth for with Carson Wentz. So that's what I see with those 3. And for me, that would seem like that would be the most logical scenario, is that you have Kyler and JJ battle it out this summer, and you have Carson there for insurance. So
That's probably what's gonna happen.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, you will have to let them battle it out. I mean, no disrespect to Kyler, I believe he's a lot better than JJ.
He better be at this point in his career.
He like Call of Duty, man. So knows.
I mean, you gotta look at it this way. Whoever wins out that quarterback battle, they probably basically gonna say, and if they're playing good consistently,
Correct.
they're probably gonna say whichever one of those guys went out is gonna be the quarterback of the future.
Yep.
And one of them gonna get let go.
Between those two,
Traded by the deadline.
Correct.
I can see that, and I can see that for sure, for absolute sure. I can see
Or he could be let go, during preseason.
Yeah, right before week 1. So it's like it's not enough.
If it's a big gap in play.
If it's a big gap. Now, if it's not a big gap, you better. I mean, damn it, I keep them both. And if one ain't doing good, you bring the other one in.
I just know there's not enough room at the table, so somebody gonna have to get the lion's share.
Yep. It's only one football.
Yeah. So, with that being said, fellas, any final thoughts or shout outs as we head into the weekend?
Man, look, it's April, Final Four weekend. Baseball kicked off. My socks. Anyway, NBA is starting to, definitely get interesting. I'm actually excited about, the NBA coming down the stretch here. And I don't remember the last time I really said that. So, it's like a breath of fresh air. I think Wemby is a big part of that for me. Just all in all, man, like enjoy the next 72 hours here, because there's definitely gonna be some pretty good basketball being played. So
Yeah, yeah. And bro,
Man, like Jamar said, Final Four weekend, NBA playoffs coming up soon. Um, the draft is coming up soon too.
oh yeah.
Uh, Excited to see
that's true.
how the girls end on the college side. You know, they always have a great ending to their college season. So I'm excited to see what happens between that.
Like you said, great. They always have a great Final Four weekend as well.
Yep. So
It's
man,
been
we got
starting
some.
out with some fireworks.
No, definitely. But yeah, man, Easter weekend, man. Have a good holiday weekend. Um, Weather kind of trash, kind of sucks, but hopefully it gets better today and tomorrow. I believe it's supposed to get better by tomorrow. Um, but yeah, man, everybody have a good, blessed weekend, man. Everybody be safe.
Yeah, yeah. I want to say, fellas, in regards to the MVP race, I'm interested to see how that turns out and what we're gonna be talking about by next Saturday, and even 2 weeks. This I'm putting it out. I think it could be an historically close MVP race, fellas. And somebody, if it's not a Kobe MVP, somebody gonna be like, "Oh, Victor got robbed. Oh, SGA." It'll especially be if SGA don't win. You best believe it, fellas. You're gonna be seeing on ESPN and everywhere. SGA got robbed. The MVP got robbed, and so it's gonna be one of those scenarios. But it makes it very interesting, as you guys mentioned. Illinois, man, Final Four weekend. Illinois is back. Illinois is back like a shark attack. And if they win the national championship, fellas, just imagine. Just
Might have to
imagine.
go. Might have to
Come
go give me
Tuesday
some.
morning,
Might have to give me some Illinois gear, man.
man.
I probably would too.
Man, Illinois come back and we say Tuesday morning, Illinois national champions. It'd just be crazy,
Yeah,
crazy
man.
to even
They
think
got
about.
it. They got to get through. They got to get through tonight. This is focus. They gotta get through tonight, and we gonna see, man. Hopefully that's what we saying though Tuesday. Hopefully, man. Hopefully.
That'd just be bananas, man. And it'd be crazy because ain't nobody expected it.
Yeah, for real.
Nobody expecting it, dog. And so, yes, with that being said, man, this is why we watch sports. This is why we love sports. And so, fellas, it's always a pleasure, man. And with that being said, on behalf of the Early Morning Sports Talk podcast, we would like to say thank you for tuning in with us this morning. Continue to chop it up with us to support our podcast on various platforms. And if you are and would love to talk sports with us on the Early Morning Sports Talk podcast, we are here and would love to do so with you. Your love support is truly appreciated, and we hope you all have a blessed